Hey guys, Dr. Dave here, and this is actually a homeschool edition of the videos. Though we talk about homeschool a lot, and to be honest, you can watch pretty much any of the videos and see what we do for homeschool. I want to tell you about something really awesome that we just finished. Miracle Morning, this is the book, Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Uh-oh, I covered up the prettiest part of the video. There she is. Oh, okay. Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. So I read the book a few years ago. A great friend of mine recommended it to me. And I've had morning routines, since I was a little kid, getting ready to go into the Marine Corps. And morning routines that worked, but possibly were not the best. And I've got a morning routine now. And, it worked for me, but it maybe wasn't the best still. And so even after reading this book, and so I decided, you know what? We're all going to watch the Miracle Morning documentary on Amazon. I was listening to Pat Flynn, and he actually mentioned that he was in the video and was a part of producing it. And so I thought, you know what? I haven't seen this, but not only that, let's force these kids to sit down on a Sunday afternoon during their free time and enjoy a documentary. Wasn't that fun, guys? Don't you love it?
It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, don't you love it when Dad does that, though, and ruins your weekend with school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
awesome.
So what we did, though, we all sat down and we redid our Miracle Morning playbooks. And so I completely revamped mine, and it's been so much better. One of the things I wasn't making a part of my Miracle Morning was the silence part, and also the affirmations. I've printed up a cool affirmation with the Juggernaut character from the X-Men on it. If you want to see that, message me, and maybe I'll let you see that. But for now, I want to take you to these guys and let them give you their Miracle Morning setups. Hal had an acronym in the book called SAVERS. That was it, right? SAVERS?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but I decided, you know what, for the school activity part of this documentary experience, I want the kids to make up their own Miracle Morning. So I'm going to turn this over to them, and I'm going to let them explain to you their Miracle Morning setups. All right, so this is Binaya. He is my second born spawn. And how old are you, son?
14.
14. Had to ask him because I don't always remember. And all right, Binaya, tell us your Miracle Morning setup.
My acronym was the word reads. I wake up around 6 o'clock. I read my Bible. I do exercise. I do affirmation. I describe what I read in my Bible. And then I scribe what I read in my Bible. And then I'm usually in bed by 11. And I haven't gotten to a perfect routine of doing this every day, but I'm slowly working on that. And when I can do it perfectly to the schedule, it works really well.
Awesome. And so you went with the word reads.
Yes.
And so R-E-A-D-S. And so each word stands for part of your thing. Cool. Very cool. And up next is going to be Astrid. All right, so this young lady is Astrid. And she kind of wanted me to help her because she's a little bit nervous and shy on camera. Unless she's gardening, and then you'll see her just throwing weeds and dirt everywhere, right? Sometimes on Dad. All right, so the one that she did, she went with the word Adalia, and it's actually her middle name. And so her middle name is spelled A-D-A-L-Y-A. I don't know why I was looking down at the paper when I spelled that. I gave her the name, so I should know how to spell it, right? Yeah. Okay, so her first A stands for, do you remember that word? Affirmations. And that's, do you know what that is? Do you remember?
Making my bed.
Well, actually, no. Affirmations are the things that you tell yourself about yourself. So, like,
That's right. It was like positive things.
Positive thinking, right? And so the D stands for, do you remember that next word? Very close. Devotions. Devotions. And what was that for?
At church, my devotional.
Right. She gets a devotional every Sunday at church that covers things to study for the week for her church devotions, and that's part of hers. And the other A, now this one's interesting. My wife and her came up with this word. Oh, I dropped her paper. She disappeared. Where is she? There she is. Okay. So the other word, my wife and her came up with this other word because they were trying to find a good A word. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it was a real word. And when I looked it up, it's like a word from the 1600s. Which kind of makes it almost a Bible word. And so the word is abidance. Abidance. And even after my wife said it, I looked it up because I still didn't believe her. And abidance. And so what is abidance with the morning routine? What does that mean?
Like after breakfast, brushing my teeth and brushing my hair and stuff.
Okay, so that's like the morning routine part of getting ready. Okay, brushing your fangs and all that kind of stuff. All right, cool. All right, and so the L is, what is that? What's the L?
Lively expression.
Lively expressions. What does that mean? Because
It's the
I've got
water
lively.
splash.
Oh, okay, because I've got lively expressions. See, watch. Show me a lively expression. What do you look like when you splash water on your face?
I don't know.
That's what I look like. And so she does a cold water splash. It's actually part of my morning routine. Cold water splash first thing in the morning. And lots of documented research on cold thermogenesis and Wim Hof and all those kinds of things. And we enjoy that part of the lesson. And so the Y is, what's that mean?
Yearn to
Yearn.
exercise.
Yearn to exercise. That's a cool one. So you exercise in the mornings?
I try.
You try. When she does the morning routine, actually, little girl is being a little bit, she doesn't want to brag on herself. She's being humble. And because actually we'll get up and we'll stretch in the mornings. And 8:30 every morning, we're usually out doing the kettlebells, aren't we? Little girl slinging the kettlebells around. And, oh, little man piping in now. And the A, the last A, what does that stand for? Do you remember?
Turing.
Close. Archiving. What does archiving mean?
Like my journal.
Her journal. And so the last part of her morning routine is to write in her journal each day. Archiving how she feels, what she's doing, all that good stuff.
And then I have pictures.
Oh,
of
good.
things.
Oh, nice. And see, she drew pictures for every activity. Now, if you notice, some of these pictures, let me find a good one. Is that the one with me in it? No. Am I in here at all? Usually, she draws the most awesome stick figure with a beard that I have ever seen. And, I guess none of these are pictures of me because guess what? It's her morning routine, not mine. But I always see you at breakfast, don't I? Mm-hmm. All right. Up next is Gideon with his. All right, so this is Gideon. Hey, man, tell us about your morning routine.
So my acronym is READS.
Oh, is that the same one as Binaya?
Yeah.
Did you guys work on these together?
No, I actually did mine before him,
Oh.
but we did the same idea.
So after watching the documentary and all these years you've spent with me, teaching you all this awesomeness and trying my best to not be a bad example of it, you guys came up with the same acronym. Or your words different or...
Our meanings for the letters are different.
Awesome. All right, well, tell us about them, man.
So the R is for reading in whatever book I'm currently reading. And the E is for exercise, which is like stretching, push-ups, and stuff like that. And the A is for affirmations. The D is for dead silence. And then S is for scripting.
Nice. And the scripting is for... What does that mean?
Journaling. Writing
Journaling.
stuff down that makes you feel bad.
I think it's cool how all you guys came up with different words for a lot of the same things. Because remember, Astrid did A for archiving. Yeah, I didn't come up with an acronym. I just wrote down right in my journal. You guys are a little more creative than I didn't draw pictures either like Astrid. All right, and then we got Sherlock. Sherlock, what's your morning routine like, son?
I don't know.
You don't know. What are you playing with, a toy machine gun? All right, quit stabbing the camera. So what do you do in the mornings? What's the first thing you do?
Eat breakfast and brush my teeth, then do school if it is a school day.
Okay, well that's awesome.
If it's a free day, I just brush my teeth and eat breakfast.
Nice. And when we all go outside and exercise at 8:30, do you go with us?
Yes.
What's your favorite exercise that we do when we're doing our morning stuff?
Ninja Warrior.
Ninja Warrior workout. And which exercise on there does Dad hate the most?
I know.
Which one is it?
You don't.
Burpees. Yeah,
You
Dad.
hate that one.
Dad hates burpees. Yeah, because burpees hurt, and that's why they
I
work
like
good.
burpees.
You do. You do. All right. So that is, covered up the camera there. That's our morning routines. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you want to know more about them, by all means, pick up Hal's book. There should be a link down below. But pick up the book. There's tons of free content online. You can watch videos of him. Right now, the documentary, I got it on Amazon Prime. It did cost. It's not one of the free ones, but it's well worth it. And plus, when you buy it on there, you can watch it over and over and over and over. Like I said before, my morning routine, it's been set for years, and it's been very helpful, but it got stagnant. And so I revamped it after watching the video. And you know what? As a matter of fact, let's give you my morning. All right, so here's a picture, an actual picture from my journal. It's a journal I created, and it's got my morning routine on it. So, like I say, no acronym, but here's what I do is I make my bed first thing. Actually, I've always made my bed because that's, well, everybody should do it. Let's just leave it there. But Tim Ferriss spoke about that a while back, and the reason he makes his bed every morning is that it represents one small victory. First thing in the morning, he gets a victory just by making his bed. And so I make my bed every morning, cold water splash. I either dunk my head in some cold water or throw some on my face and everything. It wakes me up. Mobility. As I get older, I find that I need longer and more extensive mobility sessions just to stay limber. And also that way when I go out to the iron barn to get those gains, I feel a little better and don't get hurt as much. Then I go sit at the table, and this is before the kids even get up. I usually have a good hour and a half before the kids wake up. And so I do my silence, I eat breakfast, I pray, read my Bible, and I actually write out my prayers. Part of my journaling is that I write out my prayers, and so that's in my journal every day. And then I read. That's when I read personal development, and by then the kids are up. My wife has usually made breakfast for them. They're sitting there with me, and I'm reading the book. And so I can tell them about what I'm reading or try to hush them if I'm trying to get into a serious part. And then, of course, the last thing is hygiene. I've got to take care of this luscious mane of a beard that I have. And so the last part is hygiene. Got to do that. And I'm going to wrap this up real quick. My wife's peeking around the corner at me because I think she's wanting to sneak through and make sure I don't catch her on film. And so the last thing is I wake up between 6 and 6:30. That's just my regular wake-up time. I go to bed around midnight, so a full 6 hours of sleep, and I'm usually pretty good. And so that is my morning routine. Hope you enjoyed the video, and tune in next time. We'll see y'all later. Everybody say bye.